Claude Code got its own built-in browser, so the agent can go click around the web by itself. Google Search will now build your grocery cart and hand it off to Instacart without you ever leaving the search bar. And New York just became the first state to straight up ban the giant data centers all of this runs on. Meanwhile, a solar company is quietly trying to turn your house into a tiny data center. These are the top AI stories for this week. Now let's get into it. If you're new here, I'm Braxton, and I keep up with what's trending in AI, so you don't have to. And look, AI is moving very fast right now. New models, new features, business moves, policies. It's honestly a lot to keep track of. So that's the whole reason this channel exists. I go through it all every week, figure out what actually matters, and break it down for you. So with that being said, let's jump into the first story. So the first one is out of Anthropic. These are the folks behind Claude. And real quick, if you've never touched it, Claude Code is basically their tool for building software with AI. You tell it what you want, it writes and edits the code. This week, they gave it its own web browser, built right into the desktop app. And that's part of a much bigger pattern you're going to keep seeing. Your AI tools are getting eyes and hands on the actual web. So here's how it works. You're inside a project in Claude Code. You hit Command-Shift-B or Control-Shift-B on Windows, or you simply just click the little globe icon and a little browser pops up right next to your work. Now, Claude can pull up documentation, pull up a design, pull up basically any website, and actually read it and click through it. Now, one thing worth noting, that browser doesn't run inside your normal Chrome with all your logins. It's a clean, separate sandbox profile. No saved passwords, no history, and the first time Claude tries to do something on a site, it asks for your permission. So this isn't some sneaky tool quietly scrolling your accounts. It's walled off on purpose, which honestly is the right call. And as far as this new feature, this one's paid only. So you will need a Pro or Max plan to get it, and it only lives in Claude Code, not the regular Claude chat. We're not done with AI doing things for you, because Google just brought that same idea to the one thing basically everyone uses every single day, and that's Google Search. So Google's got this AI mode inside Google Search right now. And this week, they started rolling out the ability to connect your apps right into it. The launch partners are Instacart, Canva, and YouTube Music, with more on the way. And it's actually really simple to use. There's no big add your apps menu you go set up. You just search a normal question, and if there's an app that fits, it offers to connect it right there. Say you type something in like, help me plan a backyard barbecue for 8 people. AI mode figures out the food, and then because you connected your Instacart, it'll actually go build the shopping cart for you with the ingredients in it, and you still check out inside the Instacart itself, so it's not spending your money without you. But it did the whole annoying part. And this is all running on Gemini 3.5 Flash under the hood. But this is just the beginning. Google literally called this the start of the era of search agents. Their whole plan is little agents that run in the background, keep an eye on stuff you care about, and take action for you, starting with their paid AI Pro and Ultra folks. So we just spent 5 minutes on AI doing more and more for you. Now here's the part nobody puts in the shiny demos. All of this runs on data centers. Massive warehouses full of chips that eat an absolutely enormous amount of power. And this week, that caught up with everybody in 2 really different ways. New York just became the first state in the country to hit pause on the giant ones. On July 14th, the governor of New York signed an executive order, a statewide freeze on any new hyperscale data center that pulls 50 megawatts of power or more. This freeze is in place for up to a year. The governor's office basically said these things consume so much power, they're threatening to outspace the grid, and they drive up electricity costs for local families. So the freeze buys the state a year to write real rules. A full environmental review covering energy, water, air quality, plus a community benefits framework that's due within 60 days. Now, here's the flip side, and it's a fun one. The same week, a solar panel company called Sunrun goes, what if instead of one giant data center, we just spread it across a bunch of people's houses? So on July 8th, they kicked off a pilot. If you're already a Sunrun customer with their solar panels and a home battery, they'll put little computing nodes in your house, run them off your own solar power, and let AI companies tap into that computing. And they'll pay you for it. Now, I want to be careful here because this is where the internet ran a little wild. You might have seen earn hundreds of dollars a month floating around, and that number came from a press coverage, not from Sunrun. Sunrun themselves have not said what the pay actually is yet. It's a pilot, so it's running over the next few months, and then they'll decide whether to take it wider. So you can file the dollar figure under "we'll have to wait and see." But let's step back and look at these two together, because that's the real story. One state is slamming the brakes on the giant version of the data centers, while one company's betting the future is 1,000 tiny versions running in your neighbor's garages. Nobody's actually solved where the power for all this stuff comes from. They're just placing very different bets. And for once, that fight might show up on your electric bill, or as a weird new way to make a few bucks. Anyway, I go through all of this every week, so you don't have to. If that saves you some time, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll keep it coming. For now, I'll catch you in the next one.